Now we're going to go from dump to dream house. Anyone who's done any remodeling in their home knows that even the smallest home improvement project can turn into a huge money pit. In December, I met a Baltimore couple who had purchased a real fixer-upper, hoping to turn it around and on a very tight budget. So it's 6 weeks later. Let's take a look at how they're faring. When we first met Andrew and Janine, they were new homeowners of a Baltimore row house, a true fixer-upper.
Ho, ho, ho.
Their goal? To create for somewhere around $30,000 a profitable dream house to share with their adorable pooch, Carter. Now, I see what I see now, but what do you want me to see in terms of what this will be? 6 weeks and $5,000 later, voila, progress.
Good morning.
After collecting several bids, the couple found an electrician they love.
This basically is the life for the house.
He's installed a deluxe breaker box and coveted appliances. They've also made headway on their exposed brick wall, in opening up the staircase, and in mastering the art of getting city work permits. But they've yet to nail down a contractor. Turns out their first choice wasn't licensed in the state of Maryland, and other contractors have been underwhelmed by their budget.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of the contractors we've been in communication with have dealt with people that may have bigger budgets than we do, like $100,000 plus.
So their next big project is the kitchen, expected to be complete in 6 more weeks. The couple's advice to others fixing up a home? Be patient.
You have to be willing to walk in every day and realize that it's not where you want it to be, and be happy where it's at right now and realize you're making progress.
It's still maybe, what, 70% dump? It's still, 30% and growing. Yep. Dream house, so.
That is amazing how far that house has come already. Now, we were hearing what Andrew and Janine are dealing with. The big problem for them, finding a contractor. So we called our real estate contributor, Barbara Corcoran. She knows all about this. Finding a contractor, what do you need to know?
Well, the first tip I'd like to share probably sounds totally whacked out, but out of all my experience, it's the most reliable gauge out there. Go have a look at that contractor's truck. If it's a mess, the job he's going to run is going to be a total mess. You have to appreciate that the truck is that contractor's office, and how he manages his truck is exactly what he's going to do with your job. So have a look at his truck.
That's very good.
It's important, and most people don't bother to walk the contractor back down the steps and have a look at that vehicle. The second, of course, is you have to get at least 3 estimates from any contractor. Janine and Andrew got 3 estimates from electricians. 2 came in at $1,500, and it was the third one that came in at $1,000, and that was the best electrician out of the 3, and that's who they hired. So you don't move forward unless you've gotten 3 estimates on each piece of the work that you want to do.
And also, you don't just fall in love with the lowest estimate, right? You have to make sure that the person's competent and can do good work.
Yeah, and that's not as easy to figure out for most people, but it's quite common. It's really common sense. What you do is you ask that contractor a lot of questions, even if you know the answers to the questions. You want to hear what he says, how he talks. If he's evasive on anything, don't hire the guy. If he doesn't give you a straight answer to something like, will you be on the job every day of the week? Oh, well, sort of, maybe. Don't hire the guy. You've got to build trust from the beginning, because the trust card is what you're going to live with or really wish you had right through the job.
You are so right. When we did our remodeling, it was all about the fact that we trusted in our contractor. We found a guy that we knew we could trust going down. But now, even when you do find someone you trust, what kinds of things do you want to make sure you agree on beforehand?
Well, the best thing to do always is get any deal you ever do in life in writing if it's a business deal. And so most people remember to get something in writing with the price of the work and the scope of the work. But these are the few things that people constantly leave out and become something to haunt you right through the entire job. One is, you want to make sure included is that the guy's going to clean up, a cleanup clause. If you think you don't like the guy tearing your house apart, you're really going to hate him when you're cleaning up after him every day. So you have to have that right up front in the contract. Also, you want to address the question of change orders. It's human nature to go through a job and to realize you want something a little different. If you don't have a specified price for each change, you're going to get ripped off in the end. And the third is, if you're going to do like Janine and Andrew did, which is really smart and a great way to save money, excluding items that they want to buy, like appliances, appliances and bathroom fixtures, then what you do is make sure that's in the deal, because they went out and bought chipped appliances, a little chip on the back, for 30 to 40% off the price. The contractor would have charged 10 to 15% premium on retail. So make sure that's excluded in the contract, that you have the right to buy your own stuff.
That's big. And quickly, if you're going to decide to try and do some of your own work, make sure you know what you're doing, right?
You have to know what you're doing. If you can't, of course, find the right contractor.
Right, because sometimes Barbara Corcoran knows all the answers, but the rest of us think we do, and we don't. Make sure you know what you're doing. You want to know more? Log on to abcnews.com for more advice and how to find and hire a contractor. And check back for a video blog of Andrew and Janine's renovation. It's already come so far so soon.